All right, I gotta be honest with you guys. I gotta be flat foot honest with you guys. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Please follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that great stuff. At is Mr. TALIAFERRO. So I am a young and upcoming journalist, and I can clearly tell you guys that Charlamagne has been one of my biggest influences. I might go Stuart Scott 1, Stephen A. Smith 2, Charlamagne 3 or 4. He's in that top 5. Maybe definitely top 10. He's in that space somewhere though. His I love his lack of care of what others think about his opinion in this business. At my young age of 24, I've seen so many people switch their opinions up or change their stances just because it fits the narrative, it fits the norm. So I've always respected that about Charlamagne. And that's the reason why he's one of my biggest influences. But what happens when you see one of your biggest influence start to make decisions that you would hope you wouldn't do when you get in that position? So let me break this down. About a month or two ago, I reached out to Charlamagne's people. I didn't get anything back. I thought it would have been dope for me to somehow do an interview with Charlamagne and discuss where media is at right now. You get a perspective from him. I get it, he's very busy, by the way. You get a perspective from somebody who's done much more than me in my young life. And you get a perspective from somebody like me who I have a very different opinion on how I'm coming up in media. A very different perspective from his and anyone else's. I don't know too many young African Americans at the age of 24. I've done 38 million views online. I've worked at ESPN. I've worked at 5 news stations. I've covered hip hop news at an elite level for the last calendar year. I don't know how many people you can find in the world with this type of story. I'm gonna get into the story in a second, but I thought it'd be dope as I continue to rise and come up and we're growing, for me to talk about some certain things with somebody I have a lot of respect for. I reached out to his people. I got no response. It's cool. I go to Charlotte for CIAA weekend. I had plans on reaching out. I was at the venue that the Breakfast Club hosted their day party at. Charlamagne wasn't there. He was not at the day party, to the best of my knowledge. And I said all that to say I have not been able to get in contact with him. Now, this brings me to the story that's at hand. Kanye West sent off a series of tweets this morning, and a couple tweets that stood out to me were about Ebro and Charlamagne. And we know that Kanye West called into Ebro in the morning yesterday, and he said, "I love you, Ebro. I love you, Ebro." And we also know that a couple weeks ago, Kanye West, or about a week ago, he invited Charlamagne to Calabasas, where Kanye has an office. And we know, according to Charlamagne, I believe Brilliant Idiots was where I got this from, and I do watch Brilliant Idiots and Breakfast Club. According to Charlamagne, Kanye and him had a conversation that was recorded. He said he doesn't know if the interview would ever get released, but he says he likes the space that Kanye West is in, and he hopes you guys hear from him very soon. Now, Kanye tweeted out, "Oh, and Ebro, I love you. I'm gonna let you finish, but the Charlamagne interview is one of the best interviews of all time." Well, okay. He's talking about the interview that they just shot. Now, Ye goes backwards to that interview and says, the Charlamagne interview just got an offer for $10 million. Yo, Charlamagne, should we hold off $100 million for $100 million? Jay, Virgil, Obama, Trump, and mental health. Just a few things that were discussed. Charlamagne is the new Oprah. All right. So again, I'm not going to go into the other tweets that were talked about on Kanye West's Twitter, but it tells you the space that he's in. It doesn't seem like he's in a great space from what I'm seeing. To piggyback off of Ebro saying that he was on the phone with one of Kanye West's friends. Kanye came in the background and said, "I love Donald Trump." And he said, "I just don't want to be niggas." And then to see Kanye West even say that on his Twitter account, in my mind, I think Ye is only on Twitter, only inviting Charlamagne, only inviting Ebro out to his crib to try to create allies for his album and him going forward, because I think in his heart of hearts he believes the typical black person no longer sides with Ye's thought process. And let's talk Charlamagne a little bit more in depth. Why is Kanye coming out and saying, I'm sorry, Ebro, Charlamagne had one of the best interviews of all time? It's because Ebro didn't agree or come on his platforms on Breakfast Club or Brilliant Idiots. And in Ebro's case, it Beats One and or Hot 97, his show. And it's because Ebro didn't get on that platform and agree with everything he had discussed with Ye the night before. That's the reason. That's the reason. Charlamagne did get on those platforms and pretty much say, we could use some Kanye right now. And when I heard that, I was thinking to myself, why would Charlamagne say we could use some Kanye right now? I've never heard him talk like that. That's an industry type term, you know? And go to find out, it was because he was in Calabasas with Ye. And I know Charlamagne takes pride in not being industry, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that Charlamagne had this conversation with Ye and he didn't bring back any of this Kanye that we're seeing on Twitter explode again, it baffles my mind. Unless Kanye West was putting on a front for Charlamagne during their interview or the time that they spent together, it baffles my mind that Charlamagne, a guy who's made his career of quote unquote living out his truth, it baffles my mind how he, of all people, could not come back with more of a, yo, Kanye West is gonna do Kanye West for the rest of his life. But from Charlamagne, all we got back, all he told us was pretty much he wants everyone to hear from Ye and that we could use some more Ye. I don't need none of that. A man siding behind Donald Trump. Why would I need more of that? A man that's making, the only reason why he's on Twitter, on social platforms right now, is to promote projects, and he's willing to sacrifice he's pretty much playing with fire right now when he's playing with black issues that are real, and he's doing that just for his own personal gain and his shoe sales and his album sales and the album sales of the people around him. Now, Charlamagne, to me, in my opinion, looks like an idiot. Looks like an idiot because you came out a week before that and you didn't clarify. And I know Charlamagne is one of the best people at reading people because I want to believe I come from that same lineage of being able to read people. And Charlamagne would have read this energy from Ye. So you mean to tell me you didn't read any of this Ye energy that he's on? Because he fired his manager yesterday. Reportedly, he has an opioid addiction. And when asked about it by Schultz and the Brilliant Idiots, right? And by Envy and the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne was pretty mute. You know? And now you look like the guy who was co-signing all of this Twitter stuff that we're seeing now. Because you didn't clear your stance up. You didn't clear that up. And I don't want to go in on Charlamagne because, like I said, very powerful individual. And to a degree, I like Kanye comparing him to Oprah. I think the brother has earned that respect. In some regard, we'll see how he ages. But I like where Charlamagne is taking his career. But this time, like, I don't get this one at all. And he would need to clarify that up with me in an interview of some sort. Or not even with me, some public platform. Because he looks crazy today. He looks crazy. He tied himself to that. You said the music was great. You didn't hear a bad record. And you say none of this, what we're seeing from Kanye, you didn't get none of that vibe. I don't believe that. And I hold that man to a standard because he's accepted nothing but that standard for the bulk of his career. I followed him for at least the last 7-8 years. And to see this stance as an up-and-coming personality, when I've been told to be myself no matter what, and I've even probably taken that advice from afar, from somewhere where I heard Charlamagne say that, and other personalities, I don't get this stance, bruh. Because standing behind Ye, I don't know if that's it. I don't know about that one. And like I said, I only believe the reason why Kanye went out and tweeted out Ebro interview ain't as good as Charlamagne interview or whatever, is because Ebro ain't just come on that air and stand behind anything Kanye West has said in their phone call. He was more critical of Ye. And Charlamagne got on the air, he wouldn't say much at all. He just was saying, I like the space that Ye is in right now. I don't get that one at all. I hope this video gets back to a Charlamagne. I know we do the amount of views to get it back to him. I don't know if we have the pull to get it back to him. But this concerns me, and I hope he addresses this in some sort of public forum, because I don't get this one. This one doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to tie myself and my brand to that. I don't get that one. Not at all. Mr. Taliaferro TV, thank you for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. I know this is a pretty quirky video, but sometimes I just get on here and vent my thoughts. And those are my thoughts on that one. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty. Yeah.